Welcome back, everybody, to Video Games Awesome Live. Let's do this. Yes, Your Honor. I don't know what's going on. I can't remember anything. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. The victim was a phony.
What the fuck?
Wait.
Your doctor made a mistake?
I'm trying to think of how Kudo making a mistake helps us. What do we want to prove that Kudo saw, or what?
The fact that there was no CV there and no other man?
But we think that Kudo doesn't know that there was another man because of his placement, not because he didn't, like... It couldn't... Okay. The victim couldn't have been a phony. That can't be true. That can't be it.
No.
The ear doctor made a mistake.
That could have been okay, because he was listening to the thingy in that ear.
Let's...
But they found traces of the medication.
Go for the fucking comedy first. I believe we're looking at this the wrong way. It was actually the doctor's mistake. Oh, are you kidding me? What? Yes, the doctor got the wrong ear. What's going on here?
Well, I believe we saw an autopsy report yesterday. One that stated the victim's left ear was ruptured and had medicine in it.
I'm beginning to wonder if it's not your eardrum that's ruptured, Mr. Wright. Good. Okay. I thought this was real. I was like, what the fuck?
This is no time to be playing with people's perceptions, Nick. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was the one who made the mistake.
Should we save?
Who gives a fuck?
I'll give you one more chance, Mr. Wright. Mom's spaghetti.
Oops, sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind the contradiction in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. It has to be that.
Mistake?
Yeah. Clearly, Mr. Kudo made a mistake.
Mr. Wright, you're the one who brought up all these contradictions.
And you're a witness, dickhead.
If you're trying to tell us that this old man made a mistake, we can wrap up this whole case with a guilty verdict.
How about it, Mr. Wright? Should I just declare your client guilty?
Is that the best?
What the fuck? It's a phony victim! Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so to step back a moment, I didn't think that saying that Kudo made a mistake would help us, but at the same time, I was like, how the fuck could it be a phony victim?
What the fuck? How were we supposed to come to that?
Go for it.
conclusion?
Apparently the victim is phony. Apparently it was a phony that wasn't even the victim. What? How?
I'll give you one more chance.
And it took off so fucking much.
Why couldn't it be a phony? I don't know, because they found his body and they identified it on the scene. Are we really going down a road in which a guy disguised as the victim came in, sat down, then pretended to die, then Kudo left, and then the real victim came in and got killed? Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. There's nothing that could point to him being a phony at this point for the player. That's for sure. I don't think there's any evidence that could piece this together.
Well, let's find out.
Go ahead.
The victim's a phony.
Remember what Maggie told you? What did Maggie fucking tell me?
I don't know. I'm scared to look down
This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet there's one very simple answer that clears them all up.
And what is that?
the incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. This is wild. Very simple answer, yeah.
What?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Glenn Elg at all. Why not? It was an imposter, a phony, pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. This isn't the most reasonable explanation in any way.
No.
That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. I think the more obvious, the more reasonable explanation is that he was just for the fuck of it wearing the earpiece in his left ear. Who knows?
Order in the court. Settle down, or I'll clear the courtroom.
I'm really pissed off about this one.
Do you know what's the more reasonable fucking explanation? A guy who wears a goddamn fucking Google glasses 10 years before it's invented is more likely to wear an earpiece in his right ear because of fashion reasons. Why not? Who cares if his eardrum is ruptured? The guy probably is willing to just wear around an earpiece because he thinks it looks cool. He's a cyberpunk type. That's why he's wearing it in his left ear. Or he, maybe it felt more comfortable to be wearing it in his, maybe it made his ruptured eardrum feel better, like to have it in. Why not?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. But to jump off a deep end and be like it was an imposter, clearly, because an old man could never be mistaken. Ever.
Quiet, Gramps, why don't you hear?
Wow.
Quiet, Gramps, why don't you clear out of here?
What did you say?
Right, are you trying to say that Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes.
You know what? Just it makes me so mad that this is so out of left field.
Yeah,
There was absolutely
player-
nothing, and Phoenix was like, I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's this fucking
This
thing.
is always the way in Phoenix Wright, though, is that when you have no clue, Phoenix knows exactly. And when you know what the answer is, he's like, I don't know what it could be. Guess we'll just keep going and hope that something happens.
Oh my god.
Anyways. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection.
Get real, Trent. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? I know. The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about, his testimony was...
The serving girl brought me him his Javasino and she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Is it so hard to believe? It's so hard to believe, but
There is one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
objection.
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It is true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but...
You know, okay. Just wait a second. Okay, I'll finish the sentence.
It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed it was happening.
All right, I finish it.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. We're a witness.
Okay. Out of all things that the prosecutor has ever countered Phoenix with, what's the thing that the prosecutor always comes back at Phoenix with when he has the answer to something?
Prove it.
Prove it. And yet Godot, at this time, is laying down, saying, well, it is true that there was only one person in the restaurant, and, oh, well, and then he spits out his coffee.
Yeah.
This is the most insane, over-the-top fucking thing that Phoenix has ever come up with, and yet instead of saying, That's ridiculous. Prove it. He's saying, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's spitting out his coffee.
Yeah.
It's just... You told me this river was shallow.
They keep saying that, they dropped hints and stuff. But... I don't know. Okay. Do you want me to keep going?
That's right. Well, witness. If your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la! This is more difficult for me. It's not difficult at all. It's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You're under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at the Tribune that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
The defense requests that the additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Becky's pissed, even. When Becky's flustered by logic in Phoenix Wright game.
I'm just really mad.
Well, I think it's because Phoenix Wright games are usually based on...
They're so fun to figure out.
Yeah.
And he was so fucking confident that, like,
they're so
he
good
knew what it was, and we knew nothing.
They're good to figure out in baby steps. That's the best way to, like, for a Phoenix Wright game to play out. Baby steps. Like,
Yeah.
you know, chip away at it instead of jumping off deep ends. It's way more fun for us to, like, take everything to fall into place.
Yeah.
It's not fun for the player when Phoenix jumps off a deep end that we had no idea it was headed towards.
Yeah. Maggie didn't see an old man. The waitress didn't have any stains. There was no guy at the victim table.
Maggie said she didn't see Kudo.
I don't remember.
I didn't
that
remember
part.
Maggie ever saying that she didn't see Kudo.
I don't really remember that either.
The stains was, I felt was, like, I knew that we were headed towards a fake waitress.
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't think that we were headed towards an entire setup. I thought we
Yeah.
were just headed towards Maggie being distracted for a moment or something, and a fake waitress walking in and poisoning him while she was distracted, or, you know, I don't know. Anyways, guys, come on, you have to admit, it took a big leap. We could have headed towards the same conclusion. I'm fine with it if this is the setup. If this is the scenario, that's fine. I just wish that it had been baby steps instead of just like, bam, out of
Yeah.
nowhere. But I guess they're asserting that it wasn't out of nowhere in any way. I don't agree. I feel like it feels like a big jump. It's a leap. Sure, there were clues. I'll agree, there were clues. If you say that, if Maggie really did say she didn't see an old man, that's a clue, for sure.
Yeah.
However, it sounds like it was only mentioned once and quite a ways back.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be the first time someone didn't see something that was there anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways. Well, okay, let's just have a quick break. Let's have a breather. Let's come back. Fresh
right.
minds, fresh...
I'm good with that.
Yeah.